feel like the idiot that got left behind. Yeah, like they're all moving on. And I wanted them to feel safe and comfortable, and I have had them say that it was to my face.
The irony is practically dripping here. Robyn, darling, left behind from what exactly? You won the grand prize, remember? You were the one who proudly declared in your very first episode that Kody was your soulmate. So go ahead and enjoy that lifelong reward. Funny how things have changed, though. She started off as the young, fresh face of the family, the prettier one, right? Fast forward a few seasons, and now she looks just as worn out and haggard as the OG wives. Meanwhile, those original wives, they're looking younger and, dare I say, happier than Robyn. Poetic justice at its finest. But hey, Robyn doesn't seem to remember that we've been watching her every move. We've seen all those little manipulations, and spoiler alert, we're not your children. We see exactly who you are. You can't pull the wool over our eyes. And about her neck, yikes, it's almost hard to look at. I can't help but wonder if she's trying to treat it homeopathically, though, knowing her, it's probably some bizarre self-styled version of homeopathy. Maybe that explains all the weird supplements she's got stacked up on her counter in the earlier episodes. We've got so much to dive into today, so let's not waste any time. Let's jump straight into it. Hey everyone, what's up? It's Elena here, and welcome back to my channel Reality Nexus X. Oh, it's so touching how Robyn loves to claim that her kids are so unwelcome in the family. I mean, really, who could doubt that when Leon was literally invited to Christine's wedding, front and center in all the pictures, having a blast with Audrey? But of course, Mary wasn't even invited. Classic. So when this side of the Brown family says they want to be close to Robyn's kids, I'm inclined to believe them. But Robyn keeps pushing the narrative that they're also unwanted? Yeah, not buying it. Leon's pretty well loved. So where's the disconnect? I'm all in for the OG 13 having their own issues with their dad, but honestly, who wouldn't want to hang out with their siblings, especially Sol and Uri? The real kicker here is that their whole relationship has been dragged through the mud by their dad and his wife. What's the solution though? Just swing by, pick up Sol for an hour, pretend Robyn and Kody don't exist, then drop him back off? Or how about Robyn's kids? Are they supposed to just hang out with their siblings and then go home, making their parents furious? Yeah, that's the kind of family drama that makes anyone want to throw in the towel. It's beyond cruel to put kids in the middle of all this. And don't even get me started on the whole gift drama. The oldest sibling started it, following family tradition. He's not the type to leave anyone out, he just wants to bring everyone together. But no, Robyn shut it down. I can totally see it now. Logan would have made sure everyone was included, led by example, and made it fun for everyone. But nope, adult drama wins again, ruining it for all the genuinely good kids involved. It's like watching a train wreck you can't look away from. Oh, and let's not forget Gabe. When no one's looking, he's showing his true colors. I can't remember if it was Brina or Aurora, but when he saw her at school, he didn't just wave, he actually hugged her, showed that he cared. But sure, let's keep pretending he's the villain here. And for the record, the OG 13 did try to get the other kids involved in Secret Santa. But Robyn put the brakes on that faster than you can say family drama. Savannah just seems so miserable. It's like, yeah, part of it is probably the whole not wanting to grow up on TV thing, because who wouldn't love that? And then there's the family mess, which doesn't exactly scream happy childhood. But beyond all that, it's like she's constantly uncomfortable, and honestly, it kind of hurts to watch. I found the same thing, but there's also this whole thing where she really takes her time observing people and thinking before she speaks. It's honestly very Janelle-esque, like the early seasons of Janelle. I'm not saying you're wrong. All of that could definitely be true, but she's always been the quiet type, you know? Savannah just strikes me as one of those people who thinks too much. Like she's holding back for a reason, obviously. But there's also this weird vibe that she probably wishes her mom would just keep quiet too. It's almost like it's too much for her emotionally. I mean, if anyone has seen Janelle struggle up close, it's Savannah. She's just shy. Every photo of me at her age makes me look like I've just been told my favorite pet died. But really, I just hated having my picture taken and was avoiding the spotlight at all costs. Right? She probably just wants to live a normal life. Imagine being her, wherever she goes to school or just tries to live her life. Everyone has seen the cringiest, most intimate details of her family's drama played out on TV. She has zero control over it. It's like she's trapped in this weird, public spectacle. And then there's the camper life. Seriously, living in some tiny thing while your siblings are living it up in a McMansion? That would be salt in the wound for anyone. I can only imagine how she feels. Probably like she's invisible, the family Cinderella, or worse, like she doesn't even matter anymore. I just want to hit the road, change my name, and forget all of it. She was the baby for 6 whole years, and then boom, new sister, new state, new baby, dad starts disappearing. Older siblings go off to do their thing, and it's just one move after another. Plus, dad's only around 2, well, you know. And then there's coronavirus, and suddenly dad's gone for good, focusing on the siblings who are her age. Talk about a roller coaster. She's definitely one of those deep thinkers, but she just keeps everything inside. I bet she's so observant, but doesn't have anyone who will listen to her. What's the point of speaking up when you know no one will care? Hopefully her big brothers have been there for her, but I'm not sure how much help they can really be. And Janelle? Sure, they're close, but let's not pretend Janelle doesn't put her own needs first every single time. Robyn's expectations of the older kids are truly something else. In the latest sneak peek, she's all torn up about whether to mention the OG 13 to Solnary or just dodge the question when they ask why their older siblings aren't around. Like really? What she should be saying is that they're adults, living their own lives with jobs, studies, and kids, basically adulting. The whole "why don't they come around" thing is just drama for the sake of drama. And let's be real, it's not like anyone's got time to be playing family reunion when you're drowning in minimal PTO in the US. But no, Robyn would rather turn this into a pity party. It's almost comical how she's setting the stage for Solnary to eventually develop some serious inferiority complexes when they're older. But hey, drama is Robyn's game, and she's playing it well, just not in the way she thinks. This is just another excuse for Robyn to play the victim card, because heaven forbid she acknowledge that Kody pushed his entire family away. She doesn't actually care that Solomon and Ariella don't have a relationship with the rest of the family, but she knows she has to pretend for the sake of the show. It's all about maintaining that fake narrative of "I care, really," while completely ignoring the bigger picture. It's like that time during coronavirus when she gathered her kids together and pulled the classic move of telling them the other moms didn't want to spend the holidays with them. Seriously? An adult could have easily explained that coronavirus threw a wrench into everyone's plans, and the other moms hadn't seen their older kids in forever. So yeah, this holiday was going to look a little different because Christine and Janelle were visiting their grown kids. But no, Robyn's gotta play the victim, again, so Kody will keep showering her and her kids with attention. And let's not even get started on how she expects Maddie to bond with an infant when she got married shortly after Ari was born and leaves far away. Or how Logan, who was in college, is supposed to form a deep sibling bond with an infant. It's just unrealistic. Of course, Robyn could always make an effort to call or FaceTime, but then where would the waterworks be? It's much easier to play the victim and blame everyone else for not maintaining relationships. Robyn and Kody are pushing this ridiculous narrative where they expect people to just accept them because they exist in their lives. They want the kids to bond without putting in any real effort. Classic narcissist behavior. Oh, and remember that time when Robyn didn't want Garrison to hold one of the babies when he came back from the army? It's like she felt entitled to control the situation. prying the baby out of his hands like it was some power play. The audacity is truly next level. She's constantly shifting her story to fit whatever narrative makes her look like the eternal martyr. Kody's paranoia is really starting to spill over into his relationship with the other wives. For a while now, I've been wondering why he's suddenly so fixated on the idea that the OG3 are trash-talking him to their kids. It hit me. He spends almost all of his time around Robyn and her kids, and that's probably given him the impression that it's totally normal for mothers to talk badly about their partners in front of their kids. I mean, Robyn does it all the time. So it makes sense that he assumes the other moms must be doing the same thing. After all, if he's hearing Robyn constantly instruct her kids on how to feel about everyone else in the family, why wouldn't he think that's the standard? It's the same thing with how he treats the kids. Kody is always accusing his older kids of being manipulated by their mothers, parroting whatever they're told instead of acknowledging them as adults who can form their own opinions. He seems incapable of seeing them as independent thinkers. It's not hard to see why, though. When you look at how Robyn treats even her adult children, they're still babied like they're 5 years old. He's surrounded by that, so it's no wonder he thinks that's how every other family operates too. If you listen to a narcissist, they'll always weave the narrative about what's happening in their world, and Kody's no different. He's just projecting what's going on in his own house onto everyone else. Of course, Robyn and Kody talk smack about the other wives in front of their kids. He doesn't see that as abnormal because he's living in it. Remember last season when Aerie told Christine she needed to start dating again? That's just the tip of the iceberg. You're absolutely right. Kody places all the blame on the moms for poisoning his kids because the last time he was really involved in their lives was when they were still living at home with their moms. He hasn't kept up with them as they've grown into adults, and there's this huge gap in his understanding of who they are now. All he knows is what's going on in his own home. And in his home, the older kids are still treated like kids, coddled, and taught to see themselves as victims of the family dynamic. He and Robyn trash talk the other wives in front of their kids, so naturally he assumes that's what's happening in all the other homes too. This season, it's even more apparent. When he found out that his daughter had moved, it was a clear sign that he has no idea what's going on with his other kids. His response? Immediately jumping to the defensive, calling it punishment, and accusing Christine and Janelle of being petty and malicious. But what were they actually doing? Helping one of the kids out. I think you're spot on. It shows how out of touch Kody is with reality, not just emotionally, but also intellectually. The OG3 were so proud of raising their kids to be independent thinkers. I mean, look at the example when Maddie wanted to choose a different church, and Robyn was furious. That's exactly the kind of thing Kody doesn't understand. He's stuck in this loop of seeing his kids as little more than extensions of their moms, unable to think or act for themselves. It's honestly baffling. Every time I see Isabel, I'm still taken aback by how quietly graceful and beautiful she is. I couldn't help but notice R and K trying to hover near her at the baby shower. But in typical Isabel fashion, she effortlessly made sure to stay close to Christine. Classic move. It got me thinking about the season when Kody forced her to go to that ridiculous scoliosis camp. Remember that? All those exhausting exercises that had absolutely zero scientific backing. But hey, at least she made it out the other side and grew into a stunning young woman. Honestly, I'm shocked any of those kids aren't in therapy at this point. And to top it off, she blamed herself when it didn't work, and Kody just let her. That's the kind of parenting that really deserves an award. If the award was for most disgusting, emotionally neglectful father. I'll never forget that interview where she's in tears, talking about how the brace hurt all the time and how the exercises consumed every ounce of her free time. And what did Kody do? Scold her for not taking it seriously enough. Like really? She barely had time to breathe between homework. and those pointless exercises. I just wanted to reach through the screen and give her a hug. In the earlier seasons, Kody was always holding Isabel or Savannah, even in scenes where it made absolutely no sense. The little girls were dubbed the Pixies, but Kody made it clear that Isabel was the Pixie. He lavished her with affection, probably to make up for the fact that he was emotionally absent for the rest of the time. That's what makes his total neglect of her so gut-wrenching. If he'd never been close with her, it might have hurt less. But no, he pulls her in close, only to leave her out in the cold later. And then, when he tries to stand next to her at the baby shower just to avoid looking like an outsider with number 4. That's about as self-serving as it gets. Oh, the emotional abuse Kody's words inflicted on the kids. Yeah, I'm sure we've all heard this a million times, but let's just think for a second. How absolutely soul-crushing must it be for a child to hear their father casually say that he never loved them or found their mother attractive? In a toxic household, hearing that kind of thing during a fight would be devastating, but no, Kody didn't say it in the heat of an argument. Oh no, he said it on national TV, on a show that everybody can replay. Not in the middle of an emotional meltdown, but in an interview when he wasn't even upset. Although, let's be honest, that phrase, "not in his right mind," probably doesn't even apply here. He's never been in his right mind. And of course, this was all said on a TV show, so now it's out there forever. Every time it airs, it just deepens the wounds for the women involved and their children. And what's even worse, Kody and Robyn. They're both just hollow, empty people, co-conspirators in this whole mess. And honestly, they deserve all the shame that comes their way. Kody can absolutely blame himself for the fact that I don't love him. I mean, it's not hard to figure out why that's the case. His kids? Yeah, they're probably more aware of his abusive behavior than anyone. They've witnessed it firsthand, day in and day out, watching him tear down their mothers. So when he opens his mouth and spouts his usual venom, it's probably nothing new to them, just another eye roll because they know, deep down, Kody is just looking for another way to be cruel, like he does every other day. But let's not forget, the children are just as much victims here as the mothers are. When Kody opens his mouth and says things like, "I married the wrong person," or "I never loved you, I don't even know why I married you," he's basically erasing his kids from existence. He's telling them, in no uncertain terms, that their very reason for being is a mistake. Kody's the kind of guy who should have never gotten married or had kids in the first place. It's like he thought relationships should come with zero effort. He wants wives and kids who exist solely to adore him unconditionally. If it takes work, if it costs time, money, or anything else he doesn't feel like giving, then it's just easier for him to find someone else to blame or make an excuse. That's Kody in a nutshell. Let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in the next video. Take care and much love to you all.